mindset. Let's go straight into the mindset, and how do you change your mindset from bad habits to good? And basically, you about to go. What's going?
Yeah, because he don't look at it because he can't interpret.
He don't look at it as failure
because he has no interpretation as failure because he hasn't been given words to symbolize what just happened to attribute that as failure.
And that's how you change your mind from bad habits to good habits. Because think about it. You have to use realism, right? Be a realist. Don't be a motherfucking just some depressed. Be a realist. Being a realist gets you out of using logic gets you out of a lot of sticky jams. Think about it. Is it failure that? Is it failure when a kid learning to walk? If you don't know how to ride a bike and you keep falling off, is it failure? If you don't know how to use a computer and you fucking up at first, is it a failure?
Nah.
Or is it a learning process?
It's a learning process.
So how do you separate a failure from a learning process? You know what? This is maybe an opinion. I got no credence to back this up with no fucking facts. But in my opinion, the only failure is when you stop. That's the only time you'll fail. Like
when you stop doing.
They brought up a good point. I was just at a Breakfast Club and Gary Owens is on, the comedian. He's the guest host. You know what I mean? And he brought up a good point because they like the Milwaukee Bucks like, yo, you got bumped. What you going first? Like, do you consider this a failure season? And Giannis is like, yo, did Jordan? You could when Jordan, when Jordan went to the playoffs and those, do you consider did I say he's gonna consider that a failing season? Is that a failure? Like, and Gary Owens like, Charlamagne was like, yo. I guess you could kind of, I don't say it's a failure, but I guess you could consider it a failure because it was the championship team, they didn't get to the point. Gary said, nah, it's not a failing season. He said, it's a disappointing season, but it's not a failing season. Why? Because they practiced, they played every fucking game, and they gave their motherfucking hardest, got to a point and lost.
Yeah.
Somebody got to win or lose. It's disappointing. It's disappointing.
Because I didn't get to my goal that I set out to
it's disappointing, but failing would have been our fucking failure and just quit in the middle.
It can't be failure.
It can't be failure.
It's failure. It's failure next year if the whole team said, I don't want to play basketball anymore.
It's done.
But if they back there next year to ball out, then what they were supposed to recognize is why they didn't achieve their goal last year. And the lesson and how they was taught and how they were supposed to learn that was through what they went through. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in life, you can't always learn things by somebody speaking it to you. Sometimes you have to go through it and physically understand, okay, this is what it is. I get it. We should have maybe did this more, maybe should have did this more, maybe we should have did this more. Maybe they just had our number that night. Maybe we weren't up to par. Maybe you weren't up to par. And then you got to accept that. The problem is...
But do you see how the motherfucking machine pushes that? Like, what kind of question is that even to ask? That's actually you put in a little kid's head. That if you don't win a championship, you're a failure. So to make them not want to go back the next year, like fuck that. That's what makes so much people quit because they think they failed.
But that's what they do in school when a kid is learning, and because they didn't get a certain grade on the test, you said they failed.
They're
but
trying.
How can you fail? No, they're doing.
No, they're
trying
doing.
is to quit after you did it the first time.
To try is to fail, but I'm talking about in the aspect of. While they're trying to be the best they could be. They're not the best they could be yet, but they aspiring.
They're doing everything they can to be the best.
They're aspiring to be the best they could be. So how the fuck is a failure?
But
even if they get 2, 3 D's, what if the next time they become an A student? And other people became like so. Don't discourage a kid. Or not only kids, people in general.
But there's the words that everybody even uses. Even when you even tell somebody to try instead of telling somebody to do and to keep doing. You know what I'm saying? Whoever said I tried and I made it.
Yeah, of course, tries to fail.
You know what I'm saying? You say you're going to say, yo, I tried, bro, but it ain't going my way. So, you know what? We're going to keep doing until it go our way. Till we make it go our way. So, it can't be a failure when you're learning. So, you can't, like I said, but that's to put your mind in the box, and that is to discourage, and that's to break down the majority of the children. Why? Because they know only a certain amount of children is going to have the mental capacity to overcome past that.
Do you know how I realized, man?
I personally believe.
Nah, it's not, man, the common sense made before books. You know how I realized? It wasn't hard to take over the world. As I'm looking at it now, and like I'm sitting back and look at it, because you don't have to worry about the body. All you have to do is control the mind. All you have to do is figure, and I'm not going to lie, these niggas know... our psychology of the humans and and out. And they know the laws of the universe in and out. So all you have to do is control our minds, and that's it. We'll do the rest. It's almost like, it's not even a hard task to do. Indoctrination certain things, our teachers, and then we just do it. Then you have our parents doing it for us. You have the people around us doing it for us. It's called peer-based slavery. Like we last
When do they want your kids in school at, right? What's the importance?
From the most impressionable ages.
Yeah, from 0 to 7 is the down when from 0 to 7 is when you're operating on your lowest vibrational frequency. Now understand.
You're in a download state.
So understand that you're on the lowest vibrational frequency. You're not committing lowest vibrational frequency acts, but you're on your lowest vibration. You're in download state. 0 to 7. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they want your kids in school around those ages, so they can start downloading into them how they want them to feel and how they want them to think. It's an indoctrination process. The same reason why they started putting, with no disrespect to anybody, I don't give a fuck whether you was straight or not straight, you should not be teaching sex or homosexuality to kids at a very young age. But you're doing that so you can indoctrinate them into a thought frame of thinking this is okay. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it's supposed to be like. So once they got that into them, from that age 0 to 7, they grow from 7 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now you could be a parent who may be against that, and now you telling them, they looking at you like, Pops, what's wrong with you? Why you think like that? Why you like that?
Divide and conquer.
And not saying there's anything wrong with that or anything like that. I'm just using that as example. I don't think sex should be taught to little children, period. You know what I'm saying? Period.
And I'm keeping it real, man. And no disrespect. Like I said, it's my opinion. It's fact. I don't think sex in general, because they mind shouldn't be on sex in general. Then on top of that, you go to because as adults we understand and some of us understand the homosexual, the bisexual, I don't understand. I don't know all the pronouns that's going on now, but everything that's going on, we could kind of like. We can understand it. Even sometimes some of it is confused, but we can understand it. As a kid, regular sex is gonna be hard to understand.
Complicated for them alone.
You can bring them all this like that's super.
Telling them it's okay to have. It's all right in books. 2 daddies, 2 mommies. That stuff is not okay.
It's super complicated
because it's a
regular
complicated
sex is very
situation
hard.
for somebody.
That
is to be left up to the parent to discuss with their children, not for the fucking school system.
And again, like I said, this is like such a topic. Like they shouldn't have transsexual day mandatory elementary, and that's when parents are beefing about it. The LGBTQ is getting mad at them. Why? That's fucking why. Why do transsexuals have to teach them? Like I mean, like cross dresses or whatever. Why? What is that doing? Like why? Are you gonna get porn stars like a regular guy porn stars to come in there and just teach the kids? Like, why? We don't need that. You know, it's never done. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna. Why?
It just confuses the
children. It just confuses. Like, I don't understand what. Like, if somebody can give me a real reason why it's beneficial, because they have to know. They should know this. Why?
I'll tell you why.
Why they should know this now?
I'll tell you why.
Like, why?
I'm going to tell you why. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to know it eventually, obviously.
I'm going to tell you why. The universe just gave me the reason why. To take it back to the Bible, right? When Moses is like, yo, bro, they don't want to do no more killing and no more murdering. And God is like, yo, bro, I tell them that land that they were supposed to inhabit, it ain't theirs no more, and they will never receive it. You know what I'm saying, man? And you tell them that their children will get that land, because their children will know good nor evil. That's why they do that at that age, because your child know no good nor evil, so they can tell them anything.
You can make them evil.
And they could tell them anything, and it'll be good to them. If you tell them if you tell them that it's good, they're gonna believe that it's good. You understand? So if you take, so when I read that, it took me a minute to understand why would you care the children because they won't know good or evil. I know why. So you can tell them if it's evil, you could say it's good, and they'll go along with it because they don't know no better.
These niggas know how to influence, even people with mental People with mental disorders that shut up schools and all that because you know they got brain problems or they going through something.
Yeah, they put it on TV all day long.
They put it on TV all day long.
And advertise it
or
so the next child will go through it.
They promote, try to make it look negative, but they promote serial killers. Infamy. They make them almost look like celebrities, give them movies and this and that. So kind of makes kids like, hey, I gotta have the same urges too. I'm gonna do that. And like, right. It makes Think about it. You know, I know that's
why they put it on the news. That's why they promote.
It's always like a promotion
for the next child who's sitting in this house who feel like he's supposed to go get a gun and go do the same thing.
Yeah, you can't. Do you not know this program? They're gonna move on to the next topic on the subject. You know, I know there's a programming. And then back in the 70s, 60s, 50s, and even the 80s, right? When somebody had that kind of mental problem, what was happening? Serial killers. I'm not just saying there's no serial killers that exist now, but the population of serial killers when they had that kind of shit is way high. That's all. If you look at the serial shit, there's all in them times. Serial killers, right? Now, what's going on now? What they promoting now? What's the new flavor of the month? School shootings. Now, when people have these kind of fucking urges, instead of going out killing random people and doing the serial killer shit, they're gonna go, you know something? I hate my job. I'm gonna shoot the shit up. You know something? Because that's what they're promoting now. Back in the days, it's promoting serial killing. Now they promoting mass shootings. Next to me, bombings. What the fuck? I'm like,
and if your mind is weak, you're easier to influence than you're going to do exactly
they know all
that.
This shit.
And they know all of this. They know all of this. They know how many people's brains they're broken from day one to now. They understand that the majority. They understand how many people they could control. They understand that we could take away jobs and half of white America is going to go crazy because they're not used to being in the situation that they're in now.
Ask something before we move on, and the next question is going to be, I'm pretty sure I know the answer. Do you think the government has something to do with the Wall Street, the stock crash? That had everybody jumping out their windows. Do you think they have something to do with that? Like, just to see, just because they know how humans are going to react?
The shadow government, yes.
I'm talking about, you know what I mean? I'm not the government, I'm talking
I don't even think it's to see how people react. I think it's exactly to do what they did, to steal money, to take money.
I know that's
They knew the people was going to react like that.
But the byproduct, I'm not trying to say,
they knew people would react. They knew
you knew they was going to jump out their window.
They knew they was going to kill themselves. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck. They you know what I mean? They crippled the economy and did what they did. You know what I'm saying? And why? Because what revived?
They fucking cold.
What revived?
Just like September 11th.
What revived America? What revived America and made America the strongest power after the Great Depression?
What?
World War II. The Great Depression led into World War II.
Yeah.
And America came back the strongest #1 nation after World War II.
Oh, the Great Depression was planned then.
I believe that all of that shit was a cataclysm to cripple America, to force America into war, to cripple America, to desolate the people. So now when war comes, sons go to war.
Before we go, because this is a crazy topic, we keep it going on. But do you think the government ever had our best interest at heart? The shadow government, the
shadow government never had that interest at heart. Some of the politicians that get there may have our interest at heart.
Some of the shadow government, the people that want to, you think they ever had like...
No. They're in it for money, control, and I swear to God, I will always believe that it's no coincidence of what's going on. It's the same shit that's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. So I believe that it'll be the same people that's in control. Were in control then, is in control now.
Like I said, if you go into the Inky and
I believe it's dumb. Let me ask you a question.
But listen, if you go to that, like just playing devil's advocate, I'm not saying they are like if they's running for all these years, why all these time? And also in the Emerald tablets, it was said these niggas could live for thousands of years. They transfer their consciousness into different vessels. They retain it for so. If they was doing that and they was living, so why the fuck would they stop?
And the question I ask is
that's the only thing I be thinking of. Like, okay, if they could have this ability and this technology, because that's what they cost.
Let me ask you a question.
And they was very high spirit. They vibrated very high. So don't get it twisted. Niggas vibrate high as shit. Like,
yeah, because remember, vibrating in a high frequency don't mean vibrating in a high frequency doesn't mean that you're not gonna commit fuck the backs.
Yeah, of course.
But check this out, man, ask you a question. So, it's like, it's hard to believe that the same things that's going on then, that's going on now, wouldn't be the same fucking people. Because it's the same fucking tactics.
I mean, like I said, it's compelling. It's compelling. It's crazy. Like, and the thing about it is, they always talk about, like, if you go into the Egyptians, the Mayans, you look on their walls, you know, they got the people in UFOs and shit like that. Then you hear about the Emerald tablets. And they said, I don't want to say the wrong person. I know it was Enki or his brother.
And Leo.
I think maybe they call him the sun god. That's what the old Egyptian god, the sun god, shit like that, because the ships always used to be in the sun. So, and all these, if the UFO was dumb.
On Murdoch, one of the two.
No, it wasn't Murdoch. It was Lil then. Because
he stayed in.
He stayed right by the sun. And it says that people used to pray to the sun. Like, that's where all the sun god worship shit came from. But, like, can I ask them, like, all this alien sightings, all the carvings you see on the wall, because you can see the National Geographic, they have the fucking paintings on the wall of the people in the fucking shit. Like, is it dumb? Like, is this, all the aliens working with the government shit you heard all from since the fucking 90s and 80s? Are you talking about them? Are you considered the aliens? Right? Like, that's the thing I've been thinking about. This. And a lot of critical thinking, like, damn, they could have lived from that. Because they talk about aliens. You see alien shit on the mind shit. You see alien shit in Asia. You see alien shit in the Egyptian shit. So that shit's weird.
If they were talking to Akhenaten, who was Moses, and they came and they talked to Enoch, and Enoch describes their ship and all of that, and they talked to all of these people that were in the Bible. Why they stop coming and talking to people now?
Like I said, it's interesting. It's like, I don't want to go into it. It's very. That's a whole other subject. But like, does laziness develop bad habits? Is that
laziness is a bad habit?
But does laziness contribute to more bad? Can it be multiple bad habits developed off of laziness? Yeah. I say yes.
Yeah, I say yeah, because laziness is a bad habit. Laziness is a bad
I
habit.
think laziness could, and being a bad habit can lead
it leads to procrastination.
A lot of shit.
You know,
a lot of shit. Laziness, I definitely believe laziness is a bad habit. That's it. I knew that was gonna be a show one. That's, like I said, it's one of the biggest things. And laziness to always have to mean like lethargic. It can mean mental laziness. It can mean talking yourself out of doing something before you even do it. Because you know the work is going to take. It can mean being scared.
It is lethargic, because all of that stuff is going to lead to you having a lethargic body. You're not going to want to do nothing. Just going
I'm talking about physically lethargic.
It will lead to physical lethargicness. Once it starts in the mind, I don't want to do that. What you going to do? You're going to lay there. You ain't going to get up and do nothing. You ain't going to do shit.
Yeah, okay. Then I guess it's lethargic. So, does good habits make a better mind, or does a good mind make good habits? So does good habits make a better mind, or does a good mind make good habits?
All right, in what aspect? If you're starting off already, and you have a good mind, you're gonna develop good habits.
I say a good mind makes a good habit. But some people have good habits because of the way they was raised, and could that contribute to having a good mind?
But most likely they have good habits because they were raised. They have a good mind. Most definitely. Because you think about
you're being something you just know, repetition, right?
But that's good repetition. The person that has to have a good mind, to have good habits, good repetition. Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, whether they're using this good mind for good things, that's a different thing. We ain't. That's another episode. But a good mind, good habits, because you're gonna have a good mind. Wake up this morning, I'm about to do my push-ups. Fuck 4. We'll get to this. Get to that. If you can't have a bad mind, how you gonna have a bad mind and have good habits?
I just saying maybe like I said, you just do certain things so you just
if you have a
muscle memory type shit, and muscle memory could be a good habits too.
Yeah,
if you just on time because that's how you was raised.
I say you could be a bad person with good habits.
You can,
but I don't think if the mind ain't there. If the mind is bad in the sense of like lethargic and procrastination, you can't have good habits. That's not going to be a person. If it's not the disciplined mind, it's not going to have good habits.
I guess it's non-cipher. Since it's non-cipher, and since you can't, it can't correlate. Since you can't be lazy, lethargic,
and develop good habits and negative thinking,
have an optimistic outlook, and you're pessimistic.
And have a message.
That's kind of it makes no sense.
You can't be pessimistic and optimistic. How's it working with each other?
Yeah, I think
You're only optimistic when shit going right for you. So when shit go wrong for you, you're gonna be back to the same darkness.
As we always say, it goes back to the fucking mind. I understand, like, we can keep beating this drum, man. Like, I don't understand how to take it from always saying your self-reflection in your mind, but it's always gonna lead back to it. I'm trying to give other points of how you do it, but the other points are gonna come from you still taking action and you have control of your mind. Without that, you're just gonna keep letting the subconscious like. He brought up the motherfucking machine, the shadow government, or whoever would control you. And them niggas is well equipped. I don't have to tell you, you see the world, they've been doing it for fucking, I don't know how much, thousands of fucking years. So they well equipped to control niggas and make niggas do exactly what they want. That's what the whole puppet shit is about. Like, it's almost like predictive programming, right? Like you said, the Wall Street shit. Nigga, they know this gonna jump out the windows. They're not psychics. They didn't tell you to jump out the windows, but by putting certain things in place, they know how it's causing an effect.
Listen, fuck it.
It's causing an effect.
That's the byproduct. The byproduct of me robbing the fucking countries. Y'all jumping out the windows. I jumped out windows. Oh shit, they jumping out windows. Damn, crazy. We ate. They move on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck that, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, niggas jump like September 11th. How you see niggas jump out there? Y'all don't feel nothing about that.
Nah, because
how did every Jew? Can I tell you that? Can I tell something? Listen. I'm not going on with every Jew, right? I'm talking about something.
Go there.
I know. I'm keeping it real because facts are fact and information is open. I didn't get this information. Don't blame me.
Somebody will still say that's not.
Oh well, this is what I've heard. If it's not fact check me, I've heard on 2 documentaries. I've heard on the fucking other documentary that was on TV. You know what I mean? So it's like they said every Jew. I'm not saying every Jew in the world, but every Jew in that building called the fuck out. How? Why? On 2 buildings? If that's true, if it's true, allegedly,
you don't know.
I don't know. I've heard it. I'm saying I'm just reiterating what I've heard. I wasn't there, nigga. I'm not part of I let a documentary from people that know more than me or supposedly supposed to know more than me. So for what I've heard, allegedly, if that happened, that's fucking weird as shit. If it happened, and if it didn't happen, and it had nothing to do with it, that's the biggest coincidence I've ever heard in my fucking life. Because every black person didn't joke for a thing.
I don't think they had nothing to do. They had nothing to do with that.
But you know what's the crazy part? If I just said, if every black person, if I say black, it wouldn't be like, whoa. It's crazy how you could, certain people is untouchable, you could talk about. I could say anything I want about black people, Spanish people, Asian people. When you start saying things about the fucking government or fucking Jew people or certain powerful groups like the LGBTQ, you can't. And we supposed to live in a country that's freedom of speech. Who the fuck? That's why I say what I want anyway. Fuck it. Because I'm talking from light. I don't got no hate for nobody, nigga. I don't got hate for nobody. You can't come at me, LGBTQ hate. When I worked with 19 homosexuals at my fucking last job.
Well, but you counted?
No. Yeah, I did.
Come on, that could be because you ain't counting straight people.
I did.
Counting straight people.
I did. I said I did. Nigga, I literally counted. What the fuck? Because we only have certain people working in it. I was like, what? There's way more homosexual people than what's called. I don't say how much is outnumbered us. It's just crazy. True, I didn't have no hate for them. No, you talk to all of them. None of them have no problems with me. Ever. They was never scared, uncomfortable. Because I counted. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, if y'all want to do that, I don't give a fuck. And matter of fact, I hope it happens. Make my shit go viral. Put it in the comments. I'll take the hate too. Where's the trolls at? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna win regardless. You can't shut me down. I got nothing for y'all to shut down. What the fuck you talking about? So anyway.
You don't want to
take
your page off before your page.
Then take the page off, I start a new one. Because I didn't say nothing. I'm walking in light. I don't give a fuck. There's no fear in my heart. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna succeed. I'm not saying nothing. Rewind the tape. I'm not saying nothing. There's nothing wrong. If y'all want me to be pussy, it's not gonna happen. So it's like, any more questions? Any more topics on any more thing about the good habits? Yeah, a good amount makes good habits, definitely. But to wrap it up like that, this is episode number 18, man. Episode number 18. We're gonna do the same thing we always do. The song of the day. Westside LG SoundCloud with Night 2 coming out. And all places you stream music. You know what I mean? Like, if the Hive's gonna take it off before we get started. If it's there, look it up, like it. If you like it, if you don't like it, just play it so you get the flavor. You know what I mean? But this is Westside SoundCloud LG. You know what I mean? This is called Paper Chase on the new shit that did. Fuck with it, man.
Bass got this.
A nigga chasing paper till a nigga out of breath. Around a few warriors that shooting like they step. Tree in the burner like the blunt after they done pass to the left. Tree in the corner like a corner office. Wake up then clocking. Tree in the pussy like a pussy. Don't get fucked up over here. When it comes say this fatty a nigga ready to do some years. The only nigga flyer than us is the fucking polo bit. Only thing better than money is more chances to make it. The only thing better than me, nothing me. Let's face it, the only thing better than Jesus, more G's. Shit's basic, a wolf, not from this planet. Where the fuck is my spaceship? I need that Lambo or that Aston Martin. You so crazy, go on, give a fuck about no Karen or a hater. And I don't wanna hear your proms, nigga. Chase that paper, yeah. Grind, hustle, go, yeah, nigga. Chase that paper, go get yours, my nigga. Chase that paper. You woke up, right? So go get